Here you can disappear, go unnoticed. Rows, plates and chairs flying everywhere. I just walked out. Nobody tells me what to do. It's pointless, all the drugs, drinking every day. But you could never cope with the situation sober. I get up late, at midday, and drink what's left of the beer. I started taking pills when I was 11. I was injecting at 13. Sometimes you get off the drugs, but if not, well, you die. The streets of Berlin, home to these youngsters. They answer to their street names: Punky, Rat, Turtle, Speedy, and Sunshine. Some are new, but for the others, park benches and soup kitchens are familiar. Peppy's been on the streets for over a year. I came here because I kept arguing with my parents, and I was having loads of problems at school. I just had to get away from home. It's not that bad. If it's warm, you can sleep outside, in the park or somewhere. When it's cold, I stay with friends, and there's always homeless shelters. You can have a shower, get something to eat, wash your clothes and sleep there. Workers from a local youth and addiction centre keep an eye on the teenagers. Their bus comes round 4 times a week to bring them soup and sandwiches, but sometimes the 60 portions only just go round. We're talking about deplorable health and hygiene conditions, combined with heavy alcohol and drug consumption. So it makes sense for us to give them something warm and nutritious. That's the least we can offer them. And it gives us a point of contact. It's a reason for them to come to the bus. They can have a coffee and some food and hopefully a chat with us too. We want to win them over so we can help them. The soup's a way of doing that, as well as getting something warm inside them. A few days ago, 14-year-old Basti appeared on the homeless punk scene around Alexanderplatz. He's prepared to talk to us, although he doesn't want to be identified. My mum's quite sweet, really, but I just can't live up to her expectations. I ran away because I was having a bad time at school and kept getting letters sent home. She was always nagging me to do my homework, every night. I just couldn't hack it. I smoke a lot as well, but I wouldn't say I'm addicted. And I only drink when I'm in the mood for it. Street worker Eckhard Stier is used to seeing illusions of freedom shattered by the tough reality of the streets. Alcohol and drug-related physical violence is a common occurrence, particularly when there are clashes with the police or trouble within the group. But what no one actually realizes is the extent of the psychological violence they're exposed to here on the streets. That's even harder. Anyone who ends up here can't avoid coming into contact with people who make a living from drug pushing, prostitution, and stealing. He finds places for the homeless kids to sleep and supervises house shares. They also arrange rehabilitation programs, and a team of doctors carry out weekly health checks. The hygiene isn't exactly great. A lot of skin diseases are going around, and I know loads of people who've been infected with AIDS and hepatitis and stuff, which is pretty bad. Anya's brother first introduced her to the drug scene when she was 8. She says she left home to get away from her stepfather. At the age of 10, she was smoking hash, At 12, she was popping pills.
Am Anfang hat's mir Spaß gemacht, so, weil ich dachte irgendwie, ja
At
toll,
first, it was a good laugh.
Freiheit und ich kann
I thought,
so
great,
machen, was
living
ich
on the streets, total
will.
freedom.
Dann ist es
I
so
can do
geworden,
whatever I
dass ich fast
want.
jeden Tag in die Zelle
Then I
kam,
started
weil
getting
mich
arrested a
Geld
lot.
kassiert haben,
I got locked
Vermisstenanzeige
up by the
hab ich
cops
gehabt,
just
dann
about
hab ich
every
Anzeige
day.
gehabt und so.
I started with the drugs and
Ja,
stuff.
und weißt
I
du,
took
wie
everything I
Stress
could get
geworden,
my
dann hab ich
hands on.
angefangen
I
mit
didn't
Drogen
think
und so.
twice.
Ich hab alles genommen,
Tried
was ich
stuff once,
gekriegt hab,
twice,
so.
then I couldn't get
Ich
off
hab mir
it.
nicht dabei
And my
gedacht,
life
und
just
wenn,
totally
wo ich mir
fell
meinen ersten
apart.
Druck weggemacht hab,
I
hab ich
had
auch
to get
gedacht,
the money,
okay, ich
whatever
probier's aus.
happened.
Und dann hab ich's halt ein
I went on the
zweites Mal und ein
scrounge for
drittes
a
Mal und
year,
immer wieder
begging.
ausprobiert. Dann hat's mir
And I
absolut
had to get
keinen
the rest
Spaß
from
mehr
working the
gemacht, weil dann bin ich ganz
Kurfürstenstraße.
abgerutscht, richtig tief so. Und ich dann halt meine Kohle besorgen musste. Ja, ich bin ein Jahr lang schnorren gegangen und das andere Jahr war ich an der Kurfürsten.
She's referring to the red light district in West Berlin, notorious for very young girls. Anya managed to get off drugs and off the game a year ago and now lives in a council flat. She only carries on seeing the social workers so she can take care of her dog. The dogs are always there as loyal friends for the street kids, but they're also a health hazard. So the city council has recently started sending vets to Alexanderplatz too. So, the place you're staying at the moment, how long can you stay there? Hey, I'll ask Willie. How long can I keep at your place? How long? It's all right for the moment, yeah? Getting off the street isn't easy. One chance is work experience. So you could do your work experience in the mornings, part-time, and 2 hours of school in the afternoon, okay? Meeting point is the fountain at Alexanderplatz. The fountain here on Alexanderplatz is a meeting point for homeless kids who don't belong to the prostitution and hard drugs scene, at least not yet. Most of them keep body and soul together by begging. A lot of these kids aren't even missed by their parents. No one's looking for them. As different as each of their stories is, most have one thing in common: a family breakup and a lot of heartache. Living on the streets, you have to learn to stand on your own 2 feet. You either sink or swim. You have to be tough to survive, like me. I know it won't be like this forever. I reckon I'll have had enough in 2 or 3 years and be able to move on, get a normal life. I've got my apprenticeship. I start school again in August. I think I can make it. I want to pass my exams, make sure my friends get off drugs. I want to make a fresh start and make a better job of it this time.
So einmal nochmal im Bauch von der Mutter sein und alles anders, besser noch.